pretty cool. I get to be part of that journey.
Absolutely.
All right, crowned royalty. That's how I say it.
Yes.
Crowned royalty.
Crown royalty.
Oh, crowned royal.
Yeah. Crown royalty.
Sometimes things take a minute. Crowned royalty. Crowned royalty.
Yep.
All right. This is Coby with the Phoenix Hip Hop Podcast, doing interviews for the Phoenix Hip Hop Fest, October 19th at Quantum Theater, and I have with me Crowned Royalty. How do you think so?
Amazing. Amazing. We already have been talking, and I'm liking the way this is going.
Yeah, man. Like you have a very positive energy about you. I like it.
Thank you. I try to.
How long have you been? We have to pretend I didn't learn anything about it. How long have you been making music?
So, to be honest, I've been making music for over 13 years, but not in a way to where it's like rap music. I've been in another industry using like my rhyming skills and my theatrics for that particular type of music. But then once I decided that I wanted to go into actual music, all I did was just flip it to where instead of talking about one specific thing, I just talked about whatever I wanted to.
How has being the industry that you're referencing, how has that lent itself to your artistry, or has it at all?
So it's definitely taught me how to bring my character to life. Like I'm all over the place. I'm silly, I'm funny, I can be aggressive, I can be soft, I can be happy, mad, everything under the sun. But it's helped me get creative with the way that I say things to where like it resonates with people. So it's like they can remember what it is that the message that I'm portraying, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like if people say the same thing one way, it kind of just gets it gets watered down in a sense. But like if I say it in my way and make it funny or make it like, unique, it stays with people for the longest time. Like, for instance, like when it comes to me, every time I meet somebody, it's like they'll do the most random thing ever. Like they'll say like a random phrase or they'll do something, but that will stick with me. So every time I see them, I say it again to them, and like that's our little like insider together. So
yeah,
it's kind of like that with music with me. I can make people remember things by just being unique and silly, because essentially we all have that part inside of us, but some people just barriers don't allow them to show that.
I agree with you. Yeah, I mean we're all everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way I always think about it is like we're everything. We're just calibrated at different ratios.
Absolutely. And that's one thing that I really love about myself, that I just recently started to love about myself, because as I was a kid, I went through many different just ups and downs with finding who I really was. And I always had that like knot in my stomach because I felt like I was hiding something. But now in my life, I'm free as a bird, and not saying that to like be, how some people kind of like throw it in people's faces like, oh, I'm gonna do this just because I can. Like, no, I don't have to be that. I want to be authentic. I want to be who I am, not trying to fit a like description or a category or be put in a box. Like, no, I'm not. I'm just me. I don't have it all the way together. Sometimes I do. I can be on point one day and I can be a hot mess the next day. Like, I'm just me.
Yeah.
So
it's funny you say that, because like hip hop for me sort of helped me with that in some, because like I would listen to rappers who would like rap very confident, but then they'll have like a song about like doubting themselves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so as a young kid, like that helped me in the sense, because sometimes when you don't know any better, you look at a snapshot of someone that's successful and you're like, why am I different? Or why can't I be this way? But then as you grow older, just my own experience, you learn like, oh no, like everyone deals with doubt.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And more than you would realize. Like, the the way this world is now, it is, in my opinion, actually, yeah, in my opinion, we'll keep it like that. It's not. It's inauthentic. It's not. We're all like people trying to impress other people, and those people are trying to impress other people, and the list just goes on and on and on and on. But at the end of the day, we all are just trying to be happy within. I feel like if that's true, that's true. The true way to live life. That's true freedom. That's true peace. When you are stuff is falling apart around you, and you're all is well with my soul. Like I don't care what anybody has to say. I don't care what you think I should be, and I do care for the people that I love. But in terms of society and what the boxes that they put around people, it's not. That's not what I'm doing this for. I'm doing this for people to step out of their comfort zones, to step into a true light and become the best versions of themselves, because why not?
Yeah.
Why not? We all have, so many people walk around with this fake persona on, and I see it often, and I've coached for 14 years, so I'm really good at reading body language, and I'm good at it. So you live your whole life in this like not real version of yourself. You show up and you act one way for this group of people. You show up and act a different way for this group of people. And granted, there is a time and space for everything, but who you are should be the same in every room. That's how I feel.
Well, I agree with you mostly. What I'll
Mhm.
say, because I think I know where you're going. I would say too, like I think it's completely reasonable. Like someone could have a certain dark sense of humor with their friends versus like they go to their parents' house, they may not say the same joke. You know
That's
what I mean?
me. That's me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can't say that I wouldn't give you the shirt off my back.
Right.
You can't say that I wouldn't be a helping hand and thankful for any and everything. You could give me $1 million. You can give me $1. Well, I would still be thankful. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that makes so much sense. How? I mean, it's got to be. You know, I don't know what your experience has been, but like I've certainly gone through similar things where like I didn't feel like I could be myself, right? And then I reached a point in life where it's like I just accepted I've been. I was a kid, people said, "Oh, he's really shy. He's quiet." And I was kind of introverted, and I always felt like it was a defect. Anyways, over the years, it's almost like it's such a relief just to be myself and not like be putting on some. And
It feels so good.
It was almost exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
How did that feel for you?
Oh my God, exhausting. It's like, have you ever had like a 9-to-5 job before? Like a,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like
Absolutely.
okay, so you, like a customer service one though, like where you have to like.
I started my career out of high school joining a call center for
Exactly,
doing
perfect,
customer service.
perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. So, you go 8 hours of the day, like you wake up in the morning, get some bad news, you wake up, you're not feeling it, it's just not a good day. You go all day having to, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you doing? Oh, no worries, no worries. Once you finally get off of work and you're like, you get into your car, or you get home, it's like, it's exhausting, and like you feel all of that, like it's so heavy, and it's like, I didn't ask to be here. Why am I having to carry this for me? Like I don't know. So that is literally how I felt up until a point in my life where I got sat down. I got literally sat down. I got moved out of the place that I was comfortable in, and I had to depend on my faith, and I had to depend on my inner being of me knowing who I am. And it's brought me to this very moment, and it's like, okay, I'm grateful for it all now. I'm not, if that's what it had to be for me to walk in freedom now and not feel any of that heaviness, so be it. so be it. I'm thankful for all of the things that have came to tear me apart because it's actually built me up in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, it's always cliche, but like the world is everything exists because there is duality in the sense that you appreciate how you live now because you had to go through this.
Absolutely.
No light without darkness, no joy without pain.
Correct. And you would think that because life has given me some really bumpy roads, I would return that back to people. No, I love even more. I show up with a bigger smile, and I'm even more grateful for everything because I made it out of that.
Yeah.
And I'm better now. All of that stuff that I thought that was for me and that I needed and I couldn't live without, bye. Goodbye. I don't miss it. I would rather be by myself with my faith with God, and I would rather be comfortable with who I am versus trying to impress all these people that didn't care about me to begin with anyways.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you sent me a song.
Mm-hmm.
When I play songs on here, I basically say, hey, you can let the song speak for itself, or you can give some context to it.
Oh, the song speaks for itself, but I will give some context to it.
You strike me as a person that would want to give context.
I'm very extra.
No, that's not what I mean. Yeah. Okay.
So this song, like when I sent it to you earlier,
yeah.
I told you that every time everybody hears it, it's like, that's the one. And it's basically done in one. The phrase is backwards. It's usually one and done, but with this song, it's done in one. Like, whatever you're going through, whatever you are struggling with, whatever comes to hinder you, it's not really a hindrance to it. It's not a hindrance. It's done and it's won. On to the next. And now you are walking in a new light. Now you are seeing yourself in a way that a year ago, if you would have asked me if I would be doing this interview right now, it wouldn't even register in my head. I'm like, it's no possible way. I don't have the time. I've never done that. But now I'm here. I'm confident. I know that I'm good. And I'm not saying that to be cocky, but I'm saying that to finally believe in myself. Like, I never even believed in myself. I would have to depend on other people to tell me, you got it, and want their approval. I don't need your approval now. I got it. And that's because God brought me to this very day. And that's what this song is basically the message that it's giving out. If you're having a bad day, God hears you. And the bad that you're going through is not bad. It's actually turning for your good. And one day you'll look at those trials, you'll look at that struggle, and you'll be grateful for it.
I like it.
Period. What up, son? Done in 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wait. What'd he say? Wow. We out. I had to get that message out.
I like it.
Had to get that message out to the world.
I can tell. My theory on you is that you're a great live performer.
Oh, maybe.
You're very.
The energy. You want to say energy?
I was gonna say energy, but also animated, and I mean in a good way, because people can use that in a different ways. But like, I think like, I could just tell, and based on your other, do you not want to say where your career was before?
I was a cheer coach.
Okay, cheer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So based on that too, like, I just imagine that you're just like very
Theatrical. I bring the performance. I bring the energy. I evoke. One thing when I coach, I am a very humble person. I'm like, I don't have to talk about it. I'll bring it to the floor. You'll see it. One thing that my kids brought to the floor, my athletes, they brought heart, they brought passion, they brought energy, which is essentially what makes people remember you, how you make them feel.
Yeah.
When I have parents coming up to me telling me, I don't know how you got my child to do this. When I have girls that, I'm getting chills talking about it right now. When I have girls come up to me and thank me, when I have moms crying at the end of the season saying, wow. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just being myself. And it's just a beautiful thing to kind of like, I got sat down so I could evaluate all of that.
Let me ask you though, is it really you didn't know what you were doing?
I didn't. I don't.
Or,
I'm just being myself.
but I mean, could it be that you didn't see that you knew what you're doing, but if you got results, kind of you did know?
I started from the bottom,
Yeah.
bare like the rock bottom.
Okay.
And anybody, and this happened, I would say, in a span of 10 years. Where I started to where I ended, is no possible way that could be possible. I started from not knowing anything, zero, a fan, to being the first coach in the state of Arizona, one of the first coaches in the state of Arizona, to bring back the gold medal to the state for the first time. So, don't ask me how that happened.
Yeah.
I lived in California, I lived in Houston. I never would have thought that as a kid at all. And I'm so grateful for me being bold and faithful and taking those chances and following my heart, because it has led me to places that I've never even dreamed of. And I want that for everybody. Yeah, because we all can listen to that negative voice in our heads and say, never mind, I'll just stay where I'm at. I'll do. No. If you want easy, guess what? It ain't getting any easier. It's not.
Right. Yeah. How has it been for you showing this side of yourself to the people in your life that maybe they didn't know about that? When I say like music and stuff like that, like how's that been?
This will show it right here, right now. This is where I've introduced to somebody in a new light, and I've been in this predicament before in my life. Like I've done band, for instance. I switched instruments one year, and they were like, "You can't do that." I went from a woodwind instrument to a brass instrument. They were like, "It's no way you could do that in a year. Like people have been practicing for 5 years." Sat first chair, made like the region band, like throughout the state. Those. Yeah, this was back in Tennessee, and I knew I killed it, and they were like, "How? Don't tell me I can't do something, because I'm going to show you that I can do it." And cheer, people that ignored me now asking for my help, and me changing the whole like energy and aesthetic of cheerleading in a sense. Not all the way, but in a sense I had a part of that, and I know for a fact I did. That's all from just me being authentic.
What's more motive? This is going to be weird. I've never asked this question.
Okay.
What's more motivating for you? Someone telling you that you can't do it, or someone genuinely encouraging, "Hey, you got this"?
hey, you got this. Actually, hold on. Let me think. I can't do it.
Okay.
I can't. That's how you really get me to go to the next level. Because a lot of people have said that they've seen my potential, but I didn't see it. But I didn't really believe it. Like, oh, you got it, you got it. I'm like, do I got it? Tell me I don't got it, and watch me get it.
Yeah.
Period. And as a matter of fact, now that I think back on that, that has motivated me to excel rapidly in every other area of my life that I've, stepped into. Some person that just looked me over and they just were playing in my face. Just being rude. People are rude.
Yeah.
And me just like, oh, okay, got it. The person that I am talking versus the person that I am coaching or in like creative mode is a totally different person. I'm a beast. I'm a lion. It's off with your head because I know that I'm the best because I have the heart and I won't stop until I get there, and I'll do it fast too. I'm not like everybody else where you think that, oh, it took this person 5 years. Okay, it'll take me 1. Period. I'll do whatever. I'll stay up all night. I'll do what I need to do to make sure that I am satisfied with me.
Yeah. It's just like, to me, it's interesting to think about because it's like, and I almost feel bad for folks that maybe can't process it that way, but like, you could take a thing which is like basically someone doubting you, and it could crush you, or it can inspire you. You know what I mean? So it's just very, very interesting to kind of observe and think about how people respond to it differently. And I would never knock someone where it crushes them. Who knows what they went through?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
We all are different.
So what advice would you give someone that they really struggle with looking for validation outside of themselves, and people that doubt them, it doesn't have the effect that it has on you? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to remember the last time that you got yourself worked up about a situation, or you thought something bad was going to happen, or you thought it was the end all be all, and you got to that destination and you took that leap of faith, or you went wherever you were going and you realized that it wasn't that. It was just you making stuff up in your own head.
Yeah.
You living in fantasy land, in delusion. We all do it. I'm always like by myself, and I'm not saying I don't have it. I have it still, but I'm a lot faster with my comeback. I'm like, nope, rebuked, bye. But remember the last time that this happened, because it happens frequently, and once we start doing it, it becomes a pattern and a habit. This has happened before. It's not that.
Yeah.
And if it is that, guess what? It's all problem solving. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fall. Sometimes a fall can lead to your greatest victory. Why not live? We weren't put here to be in a little box.
Yeah. No, you nailed it. So I've been studying mindfulness and personal development for a long time. And like, one thing I've sort of learned is like, when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I used to think like, I'm gonna learn so much. I'm gonna be like this machine, like super. But like, no, like we're always gonna be human. So like, we'll never. I don't care. I will debate with anyone on this. Like, no one, the average person can't be like. We can't deny our emotions, right? We can never be in a place where we're not sad. We can never be in a place where we're not impulsively irritated, triggered, whatever you want to call it. But we can shorten the window.
Correct. It used to take me 3 days. Now it takes me 3 minutes to get out of that headspace.
Yep.
And another thing, wait, what did you say? I just blanked. You just said we are all humans.
If we can't deny our emotions or not, I mean, we're.
I forgot what I was gonna say. It was good too.
But yeah, no, like I mean, that's a lesson I haven't learned the hard way as far as like, because essentially I would read something or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is the way to live life, and then I got it.
Go for it. I got it. So in some of the greatest victories in my life, the victory was great. So me winning the world championships, that was something I dreamed of for years. And at one point, I didn't even think it could ever be possible to get it. I was just like, eh. In the midst of that, one area of my life was great. Another one was falling apart. So I'm super ecstatic in this area, but down here, I was like broken into trillions of pieces.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, and then it happens like that with all of our wins. You remember that moment, but 10 minutes prior to you getting that victory call, or you stepping into that like new part of your life, you were thinking about something that was upsetting you. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In our wins, we still are experiencing bad moments. We just, that win is so great that we kind of just let it go. But that's how we should be using our brains. We shouldn't be harping on the negative. We should be thinking about the positives.
Yeah, and again, it just goes back, like, you have to have those things, right? So, like, you have to experience adversity to experience the opposite.
Correct.
There's a album, one of my favorite, like, I've never heard anyone talk about it, but, like, it's such a cool album title to me. So, like, there's this rapper from Canada who goes by Chaos, but he has this.
I think I've heard it. Does he go really fast?
Sometimes his most famous song was like Superstar. He's a great singer too. He has an album that's titled "You Can't Fly Without Gravity," and like that title always hit me so hard.
You can't fly without gravity.
You can't fly without gravity, right? So like this, conceptual superpower that's been written about in comic books, and people dream about flying, stuff like that. Like flying doesn't exist without constraint, without gravity, without tension. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So like you have to have these things to actually experience all the
Absolutely.
the lovely and beautiful things. So.
Absolutely. And it's all about perspective. Like when you embrace it, bring it. I already know when you feel that resistance coming, when you feel that negativity starting to build up, when you feel like you can just feel it, like things just keep going bad, you better believe that your next blessing is right around the corner, because all of that opposition is trying to get you out of the way of that.
Yeah.
And one of my mentors that really helped me in a really tough time in my life, her name is Shannon Yvette, and she said distractions confirm destiny. And that just, like that quote you just said about gravity, that stuck with me. Distractions confirm destiny. If something's not opposing you, then you're not anything to be worried about. If you weren't a threat, it wouldn't be coming for you. But the fact that you are a threat, the fact that they know what's coming, the fact that greatness is right on the other side of this obstacle, it wants you to give up right then and there. And I ain't giving up.
Yeah.
Never that. Done in one.
I believe you when you say it. crownedROYAL.T, you'll be at Monarch October 19th for the Phoenix Hip Hop Festival. What is your process? So performing, as you know, is both mental and physical.
Yes.
And what is your process for preparing both mentally and physically?
To be like a little kid. To be like, I'm very, very strong in my faith, and the Bible says we should have childlike faith. So I'm still dancing around in the mirror. I'm still practicing. I'm still embodying that moment. I'm still eating, living, breathing, sleeping it, and really doing it from my heart. So I think when you do it from your heart, even if there was a mess up, it's still not you. People won't even notice, because that's how much, that's how genuine you're being, and that's how true you're being in your work. So the process is put your whole heart into it. Put your whole heart into it. Do it with heart. Do it with heart, and do it authentically. And it is what it is. Some you win, some you lose. But when you're having fun and with what you're doing and doing it for the right reasons, it's never a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree with you. Crowned Royalty, for those that are not following you, how do they find you on social and music platforms?
So I will be the day of the music fest, the hip hop fest. I will be dropping Done in One, so be on the lookout for that. And then my Instagram is at crownedROYAL.T on Insta, and
Is it crown dot? It doesn't have a dot after crown or not?
crownedROYAL.T, crownedROYAL.T.
It's crown dot royal.
Let me see.
Right. I just want to make sure you get it.
Yes, yes, that's it.
Okay. It's a new. It's
newer, exactly.
It's memorize it. All right. Well, it was great meeting you. Great chatting with you.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to keeping up with what you're doing. I'll be at
Please.
the festival.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
For sure. So.
Nice.
Yeah. If you have a chance to check out some of the stuff I'm doing, I try to cover the whole community, the hip hop community.
Okay.
And so I cover backyard shows. I cover
Can we repeat that Insta name really quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so y'all know.
So it's gonna be crownedROYAL.T.
Period. Follow. Inspiration coming your way.
Crowned ED, not crown.
Yeah.
When you sometimes you have to that's
Crowned. We said it at the same time. Crowned.
Great meeting you. I love your energy.
Thank you.
I love your just your positivity, right?
Thank you.
So it's you're one of those folks that are infectious as far as your positivity and your energy goes. So
Thank you.
Look forward to keeping up with what you're doing. And yep, October 19th.
October 19th, baby. Be there, because you're not gonna want to miss this one.
There you go.
Bow. Yay, that was fun. That was so fun.
Awesome, man.
Oh, you